Hello, everyone. My name is Justin, and welcome back to the Boston Bruins GMO series, where we have accomplished nothing, and it's 2022. Fantastic here. We're working on a rebuild, guys. Since our first few years didn't go as planned. We're here with free agency, and the thing I was kind of pondering in the last episode was to sign some good players who are 28, 29, 27 years old, or to try to tank another year. That'd be three. Although we really didn't succeed at tanking, that'd be the third straight year that we've tried to tank, I believe. Um, and really, our team, we have most of our pieces in the. We have most of our pieces in the puzzle. As in, I feel like we need one more piece. That's another top two defenseman, but I'm thinking we can get that in free agency. Hopefully next year. There always seems to be a top two defenseman go to free agency. So that would be the hope. But I was looking at this team, and I don't want to tank. I want to make the playoffs this year, AHL and NHL, because I want our guys to grow. And what makes them grow? Making the playoffs, morale boost. Um, I don't plan on picking in the top 15, the top 10 anymore for the next few years at least. So let me just give you what I was thinking here. Actually, let's go to free agency real quick to show you the kind of players I'm talking about. I'm really excited for the future of this series. I hope you guys haven't stopped watching. The views haven't been spectacular, but I don't know if it's because the series is getting old. 28 episodes I think we're on, or what. But okay, I was talking about guys like Mueller, 27. These guys are 29, but more so guys like Strome, 28. Or guys like Forsberg would be the big one if we wanted to get him. 1 year contract for Brassard if we wanted. Guys like that, who aren't old, they had a few years left, veteran leadership. You're going to say, why are you going to sign those? You got people for those positions in a few years. But that's the point. We get these veterans, so our team does well, which means our prospects do well, which means they will grow, okay? And then the plan is, once they're ready to take over the big roles, the contract of the guy we're signing now will either be up or we can trade them because they won't be that old. 2 or 3 years, they'll only be in low 30s. We can trade them, still have good value. Let's look at our centers. Geet will be our first-line center next year. Okay. Behind him will be Gergensen and or Velarde. And then the third would be the one who's not the second line. And then we got this Heinen dude, okay? So center, we're not necessarily going to sign anyone, but really the veteran is really Gergensen, second-line center. Wow. Our prospects like Cowan, our prospects like Bader, who might not return into anything, but in Heward, bro, we don't have to lose while these guys grow. It'd actually be better if we won. So then we look at our left wings here. We're in the system, so Sundqvist can be our fourth liner. DeBrusque can play first line. Just he's not a first liner, but or Forsberg. Say we get Forsberg, DeBrusque. Then we got Vitrero and Sundqvist, whoever wants to play third line there. Wow, guys like Olsen and guys like Bales and guys like Healy grow, and this dude too. We'll keep it going. Right wingers. Lacerte, second line probably this year, so someone would have to get someone to fill in the first line role. We got these two. We can sign a third liner if we want. We can just roll with these two. Wow, guys, like this dude and this dude grow. We don't have the best right wing depth, but you guys get the point. Plus, we're going to draft people in the first round, later first round picks, but we can get top 6 forwards and top 4 defensemen. And then you look at our defense. Say we sign what's his name. That rounds out our top 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take our pick of 5 and 6 out of these 5. Probably Burmistrov will make it. Burmistrov and someone else. Yeah, he'll probably make it next year. Well, guys like De Champlain and guys like, hopefully, guys like Scatchard, he was going to get a big workload next year in the AHL. While those guys grow, we'll sign a goalie. Hopefully, Hakkarainen will be ready for backup duties next year. He'll start the year after, hopefully. So that's the plan. So, whether you agree with it or not, Philip Forsberg, I want to sign. Him and Geet will tear it up. You look at the guys Geet's been playing with. Now he'll get to play with Philip Forsberg. Maybe. We'll see our options. Only 27, like I said, he's still got years left. He's not much of a goal scorer, which does concern me. Playing with Geet, I would kind of like a goal scorer. Strome could play center if he wants. I'm thinking if we put Forsberg next to him, he will score goals. So we want to get him 5 years, $8.5 million. That might seem like a big contract, all 5 years down there, blah blah blah. Look, we have 48 million in cap space. Okay, we need to spend some of it. I want to get Strome. He can either play first line with Geet and what's his name, or we could throw him on the second line with put Lacerte on the first line. Once again, big contract, but we could retain some and trade him if we want to. He's young, and we have the cap space. So now our lineup is looking like this. First line will be Forsberg, Geet, Strome, and or DeBrusk. Second line will be Strome and or DeBrusk, Gergensons, and Lacerte. Third line will be Futrero. What's the dude's name? The Velarde. Now a third liner wouldn't be the worst thing. A sniper would be good to play with Velarde. He is, how old is he? He's 30. Josh Leva. Bertuzzi, the two-way forward, 29 points. This guy. We'll give him a contract that he cannot refuse. Only 1 year deal. Boom. Because we have to get above the minimum cap. It doesn't appear there's any really forward prospects. Boom. We need some right wing prospects. Bathgate, you're coming to town. Defense. We have enough defensemans. This guy, boom, you're coming to town. We have enough defensemen to play with if we wanted, but if we want to actually win, like I said, I do. Mirko Mueller, only 27. There's other guys available too. I don't want an AHL potential goalie. There's these guys who are 29, but that's way different than 27. 2-year deal. Cap will not be a problem. I can guarantee you that. We spent, and this is upward rounding, 7 on Mueller, 9 on Forsberg, that's 16. 6 on Connolly, I believe. That's 19. And then, I don't know how much we did on Strome, but it's less than 8, so we'll just put 8. That's $27 million. That still leaves us with $20 more million. Okay, so signing a goalie. Do we bring back Malcolm Subban? He's 28. He is tradable, but other teams want him. That's the rough part here. What has this guy done? The NHL, 7-5, 14-6, 2.10, 930. Both these years are solid. I think if we put a good team in front of him, Gillies could honestly be our starter. And the good news is, I want to get one of these guys. Just in case. What's his name's pooping the bed. That's our backup, our big prospect guy. I can't remember his name because it's long. But that's the signings there, guys, that we're hopefully going to get. We're going to check that out now. I think Gillies can be our starter, and the good news is the closer the goalies are to overall, the more even the rotation is. So if I get an 85, that's less games that I should really learn his name. Our elite goalie is going to play. If it's an 83, they're going to split them more. So let's just see. Let's look at our ratings over to the left and see or over to the right and see how much they improve. 89, 87, 81. So Bathgate, that dude, they signed with us. Somehow our defensive thing goes down. Brett Connolly, John Gillies, and that dude signed. Goalie goes up to 83. Offense, I think it was an 89, wasn't it? I don't know. Strome rejected our offer. What? Oh my god, I didn't want to offer them more money because I figured everyone would get mad, but the freaking Senators swiped them both up. Are you serious? Okay. Defensemen's, we might just have to go with the ones we have. We have enough guys. This Murphy guy ain't bad, but he is top 6 potential, which scares me. Yeah, we're just going to have to go with our guys. If there's someone available in the preseason, we can pick them up. But forwards, Brassard maybe? $62 points. I'm tempted to get Nick Backstrom, but I'd have to play him on the wing. He's not exactly that big of a point producer in this game for some reason. There's also little. He's top 6, which means he might drop, but we're going to try to get Brassard instead of Strome. That hurts because it's just going to be a 1 year kind of like patch it up player instead of a few years that Strome would have given us. But it's not the end of the world. I'm hoping for some growth out of our defensemen that are going to have to be plugged in there, that's for sure. Offer rejected. Like, what a piece of garbage. $9 million for 1 year, not enough because I don't think you're going to win. How is that for you? I'm still probably going to have to sign someone to get over the minimum amount of cap. Does he sign? Oh my freaking God. This is getting a little bit ridiculous. Take our pick between Pacioretty. He wants 5 years. Washington wants him back plus Nashville. I'm going to go all in for Nick Backstrom here, guys. He might choose one of the other teams. But we're going to offer him as much as his game allows by this year, which I don't know how much that is. Okay. 1 year, $17.7 million. We'll still have about 15 in caps. So this should put us over the minimum anyway. Nick Backstrom, it's up to you, dude. So we did not get Mueller and we did not get Strome because Ottawa decided we're going to be jerks and pick them both up. There we go. Offense is up to 92. Hopefully that defense is like at an 88 to 90 next year. We've shown that we can sim well if we have a good defense. We have not shown that we can... Well, we didn't have a good defense last year. We still sim well. So let's just hope for it. I'll be back once the season starts. Okay, everybody. We are going to get some simming done in this episode. This is what our lines look like that I've kind of come up with. So Forsberg, Geet, and Backstrom. Geet is listed as a first-line forward. This is his year. Well, last year actually was really his breakout year, but this is his year to be over a point per game. Hopefully. Then Backstrom. I know it's left and right-handed. They're in the wrong spot, but Forsberg's a left winger. If I switch them, that'll be two people out of their natural position, and I'd rather just leave it so Backstrom is. So second line, I decided to go with Lacerte on the third line. He's still listed as a third line scorer. I could easily move him up. He played 20 games last year. I might move him up if things aren't going our way, if I'm not happy with someone on the second line, or if I'm not happy with his production. But for now, we'll go Connolly, Gergensons, DeBrusk. Then Vatrero, Valiardi. Valiardi didn't grow. It looks like he's going to top off there. He was one of our, maybe even our first draft pick. I think he was our first draft pick. His puck skills just never developed. His passing and puck control, that's what really sucks about him. And then our third line power forward and Kolsar, two-way forward and Grinder. So defensively, definitely not the strongest. But Burmese jumps up to an 82, so we're going to throw him up there, 20-year-old. I know he's probably listed as a top 6. Maybe we should put Dolan. We'll try that. Maybe we can get Burmese up to grow a little bit more. I don't know. Probably not, but we'll just try. Special teams power play. Forsberg, Geet, Lacerte. I want these guys getting points. Obviously, if the power play's not doing well, we have Backstrom we can move up in for either of these two. I know Geet only 4 power play goals in his first 2 games. Hopefully, we can get him going in that category. Lacerte, he didn't have any last year, but hopefully he will. We're gonna go with Bennington. He's got good passing, puck control, and a pretty good shot. Brandon Carlo, he's a defensive defenseman, but he's got an amazing shot and decent passing and puck control. And if you look last year, he had 19 goals. 16 of them were 5-on-5, but 19 goals and only 4 assists. So we're going to put him up there. Second line, Connolly, Backstrom, DeBrusk. Gergensons will play point with Dolan, who's got really good passing and puck control. Here's our penalty kill, Gergensons and Sundqvist. I don't want to overdo it with Lacerte, but he's got a pretty good defense for a sniper. 91 shot blocking. And Heinen as well. Give him some Burmese some ice time there too on the penalty kill. Goalies, I decided not to go with Hakkarainen because he's only an 80 listed as minor league starter. Maybe halfway through the year we can pull him up. Or the last 20 games like we kind of did in Lacerte, something like that. But we'll roll with the 2 we have. I did the AHL lines. Not much to say there. We have a few prospects, but no huge ones playing. Still would like them to perform well. So I think that's everything we got to talk about before we get some simming done. Don't know how much. Maybe not a lot. I don't know how long I've been recording. Captains and jerseys. People are going to lose morale if I change these. Let's see who it gives them to. Backstrom, Forsberg, and Carlo. You know what? We are a brand new squad. And we are looking for some youth leadership. Geet gets an A. Maybe. Yeah. I thought about giving it to Lacerte, but I think he's too new. We'll give it to Backstrom, actually. Oh, he already got one. We'll give it to Forsberg. You know, just so he doesn't lose morale, we'll give him the captaincy. So Carlo's going to lose a little bit of morale. Forsberg's coming in to being our captain for 1 year. Maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years. But I wanted to give Geet a letter. He's gained morale. See, Lacerte would gain morale too, but he's only played 20 games. He shouldn't be the captain or alternate captain just yet. I was thinking about Zaburl, but we'll give it to our 3 best players, really. New team, looking to make the playoffs. Like I said, we don't have to do well, but make the playoffs to give a morale boost, get some playoff experience. And that's pretty much that. And the plan is to progress until we win the cup. Okay, at least moving up around each year, at least. But I'm thinking in 2 years we should win a Stanley Cup. Next year, I think we would contend, hopefully, if there's a good defenseman available in the free agent pool. That's what we really need right now, is just a good defenseman. And we need our prospect defenseman to grow. I draft and get all these players with, like, the hardest names to remember. It's not like Jones, or it's not like our defenseman. I can't even think of his name. Actually, hold up. Oh, we just lost 5-0. That's fantastic. I want to make sure, I want to say he's playing in the CHL, or defensive prospect. I just want to make sure that he isn't scratched. Oh, he's playing. Okay. It is Scatcher, Ned Scatcher. Like, they have the weirdest names. Between him and our goalie, Hakkinen, I think his name is. Yeah, well, should we move him up maybe? Yeah, we'll give him some ice time. We need him to grow. Okay, let's sim like about 20, 25 games potentially. We are 1-1. We just got shut out, which isn't exactly great. Providence has started out 1-0. Fantastic. Send out our scout here. There's a big win against Florida. Okay. There we go. We have some non-conference games here against Minnesota, LA, Nashville coming up after the Pens. Okay, not a bad start against the Penguins here. Big game. Burmistrov injured. Did not look at what it was. That's kind of a habit of mine. Hopefully not long term. Okay, come on. Oh my gosh, shut out 2 games in a row. That might need some line changes. Burmistrov down in 81. That's interesting. Probably because he's injured. Okay, let me just do like a little bit of an experiment with Lacerte. 5 points in 10 games. Not sure the second line's much of a better line, but let's just see. We'll play to the end of this month. The end of November, I believe. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Come on, team. We need to bounce back here. Oh, we're just getting destroyed. We started off so well. Okay, there we go. Let's keep the wins rolling. There we go. We're back on track. We're back on track. Big win. Divisional game. There we go. Seems like when this game simulates, it kind of goes in bunches. It's like you win a few, then you lose a few. You win a few and lose a few. Sometimes that just happens. It can be kind of annoying. Sometimes I feel like I actually win a lot of games and then I start losing them and I make a line change and then we start winning. Like sometimes I honestly feel like this game just wants you to change the lines to get you to win. And we haven't witnessed that yet right now, but just playing this game, I've noticed that sometimes. Justin Cowan. Who is Justin Cowan? Defenseman? Maybe. It'd be nice if I knew who Justin Cowan is. Playmaker, first line center. No. Second line center. Mueller, get out of there. That's who it was. For some reason I was missing them. That's okay. Sorry about that, guys. My phone was ringing. But we're going to get these 4 games out of the way, take a look at the stats, and then we'll be on with our days. There we go, big win. Big win versus Colorado, and on a huge note. The Certain injured, that's not good. But a big win, okay. Great start. We have had a great start, 14-6-3. Looks like we might be in a tough division this year. You got guys, it looks like it's 5 of us teams are in this division and look to be pretty decent this year. Ottawa, Detroit, and the Maple Leafs, actually, the records on paper don't look amazing, but they're only 3 points behind us. So, let's take a look at our stats here to see if there's anything we want to change to even optimize our game more for next episode. We'll take a look at our stats here. Within the entire league, your Boston Bruins are 3rd. Goals for per game. Your Boston Bruins are top 10, it looks like. Maybe 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 11, if I can count. Not awful. We're doing good on defense somehow. Our power play percentage is decent. 20 times, but we've been on the power play quite a lot. Which might kind of skew our numbers here. We've been on it 72 times. Some teams 59, 54. Penalty kill is pretty good too, 83.9. We haven't been shorthanded very much, which is a little bit concerning. 7-4-2, 7-2-1, 8-1-1. Okay. Nick Backstrom leads our team right now with 25 points in 23 games. Signs a 1-year gazillion-dollar contract. And he's reviving his career. If you take a look at this, his last 4 seasons, he hasn't even gotten 70 points. He's more than a point per game right now. Fantastic. Geet, 19-23. He's about on the same pace as last year. Maybe even a little less, but I think he'll pick it up. Now, Forsberg, only 14, but 9 goals, which is good. We need goals with these two because they are assist machines. So, only 14 points. He'll probably pick that up. Hopefully. Gergenson's in Nebraska doing okay. Lacerte was 5-10. So 13. He had 9 points in 13 games since I moved him up to the second line. So he's performing better. So hopefully his points will keep going up. He's been nothing but gaining morale, which is fantastic. Heinen, Connolly. Okay, our third line not doing so hot. I want to change that up a little bit. Maybe put Sundqvist on the third line with Connolly and I don't know. There's only 3 points for Velarde, not good. So if there's anything to improve, it would be our third line. Points-wise, Binnington is kind of taken over as our top point-producing defenseman. Goalies. This guy performing better, but only 4 games played. Not awful for Gillies either, but... So I figured we could do it with our... Pretty much. So, just for fun, we'll take around the whole NHL, even though it's really early in the season. Eichel, 31 points. Zabinajad. Some interesting names up here. We still know, new names, though. We are far into this. That's kind of odd. Defenseman. Dowdy Barry Green. Here's a new name. My man Luke Green putting up points. Rookie skaters. Who is the early race right here? So Lacerte is in the race if he gets uninjured. He's facing an 82-year-old guy who's doing better than him, which is sad. And then these guys. Okay. If you have any suggestions, please leave them below. I talk too fast. If you have any suggestions, please leave them below. They're all heavily appreciated and considered. Thank you for watching. Subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and I'll